Morning everybody out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Greg. This is Greg's Mowers and More. Today we're going to sit here and work on a carburetor on Briggs and Stratton. See if we can't get this old powerkraft tiller to run by itself. It's a beautiful morning here in Illinois, and I don't know, I just woke up this morning and I felt so blessed by it. It's nice and cool. The sun's shining, the birds are chirping. It's like 50 or 60 degrees, and you know, with the heat we've had, man, that is a relief and a blessing. But anyways, I'll stop yakking and let's get to it. Alright, so we're working on this old Briggs and Stratton today. I did a video on it yesterday, as a matter of fact, where we got this thing to run off some starting fluid, but it wouldn't draw fuel. So today we're going to have to pull this tank and the carburetor assembly as one unit. First thing we're going to do is take that air filter housing off. Flat blade screwdriver. Pull the whole thing off. Now you can see a little bit better. This carburetor just kind of slides over that intake housing there. I think it's got an O-ring in there to seal. So if we take out, I think it's this bolt here and this bolt here, we should be able to pull the tank and the carburetor off as one, and we'll disconnect this linkage here too. And then hopefully we can remove the carburetor from the tank and get in there. So let's go ahead and see about getting this stuff loose here. I don't think I've ever done one in this particular style. I've done several that are kind of close, but this one's a little different, so don't hold me to anything I say today, okay? This thing might make me out to be a liar. Okay, so the tank's coming loose. All right. Looks like there's a spacer back there. I probably better not drop that. And I'm getting wedged in against the gas cap, ain't I? In all reality, I might just pull this shroud cover and pull the governor fin off, the governor arm off. Make that linkage easier to get off of there. Okay. Apparently the fuel cap's gonna have to come off to get that bolt out. Alright, come here, spacer. There's that spacer. Okay. Bolt. Alright, now let's see here. And then let me get you guys in here so you can see what I'm doing. See how that just pulls off of there? Alright. And now we got the tank and the carburetor off. And then it's going to be, looks like 1, 2 screws to pull that carburetor off that tank. Alright. Wasn't bad at all. Oh, let me get I'm gonna have to go get some stuff, guys. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I had to go get my little pocket screwdriver here. I'm gonna have to use my right hand, ain't I? Oh, might have to use two hands. Kind of looking like. There we go. Just being sticky. All right. Now let's see if we can't get this carburetor off this tank without destroying this gasket. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Man, we got lucky today. Look at there. Didn't even tear the gasket at all. All right. And there you got your carburetor, guys. I mean, it's pretty simple. You know, these Briggs and Stratton carburetors like this, they don't have a float bowl and a needle valve. It's tongue-tied this morning. I'm not all the way awake yet. But this is what they call a pulse jet carburetor. It uses the pulses of the engine to draw the fuel up this tube and then pull it through the main jet, bring fuel into the engine. So they're really simple. They're not that hard to work on. But I probably am going to need 2 hands to disassemble this thing. So I'm going to have to get it apart and then probably come back to you guys here in a minute. So here we are, the carburetor's all apart in pieces. You got your big jet there. You got I believe this is probably your mixture screw. Threads into this piece, threads into here. And I don't know if you guys can see this. Yeah, you can see that. There's 2 holes right there. You got to make sure those holes are open. So what I do, this carburetor really doesn't look that bad. But I think this tube was blocked. The screen down here will get full of crap. So anyway, get you one of these torch tip cleaners. Get them in about any hardware store. And you're gonna take your wire and you're gonna make sure that that wire can go through every passage in this carburetor. If you don't do that, it's not gonna run, or it's not gonna run right. Having a hard time getting that down in there. All you guys can probably see is my hand. You don't want to see my hand. Come on, baby. There we go. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Somebody tell that cameraman that he ain't very good at his job. Not very good at your job, Mr. Cameraman. You're a little too shaky. Alright, there we go. Now we got the second one. Same thing with this jet. You gotta pass through here. Can't get a wire through it. Fuel's not gonna get through it. Okay, so that goes through. We'll take some carburetor cleaner here and just blow through all these passages, just to make sure we get all the debris out. If it was dirtier, I'd throw it in the ultrasonic. But like I said, it doesn't look too dirty to me. Let's see here. Still doesn't seem like we're getting much through that. Let me see if I can blow through that thing. Okay, carburetor cleaner burns the mouth and the lips, just so you guys know. Probably wasn't the smartest thing I ever did. I can get air through it, but not much. I'm wondering if that's not still plugged a little bit too much. All right. Well, I'm going to try to get a little more carb cleaner through that, and then I guess we'll start putting it back together. See what it does. Where's that hole at? I'm doing it wrong. Man, I'm going to have to get some coffee or something and wake up. There we go. There we got some carb cleaner through it. Okay. All right, cool. So now let's see if I can reassemble this with one hand so you guys can see how it goes back together, since you didn't get to see how it came apart. All right, so the jet goes in here first. Just run that down until the seat's tight. This goes next. Somebody ought to fire that cameraman. Alright, so there's that. And then next that goes in is your needle valve. Always check these. Make sure they're not all rusty and corroded up. There's not a bunch of varnish on the end of them. Slide that guy in there. Start threading him on down. Now with these guys, you don't want to force them down in there. Run them in until you feel them just barely stop, and then you want to run it out. Let's see here. There's a half turn. We'll start at one turn with that guy, and then once we get it running, we'll make our final adjustment. So now it's time to put the carburetor back in the tank and then put it back on the machine. So after I get that finished, I will happily bring you guys back and we'll see what the machine does. Well, we got the carburetor back on there. Got the choke set. What do you say we give her a pull and see what she does, huh? Okay. Well, she fired up and ran with the choke on. Let's try that again. I think this choke might be a little squirrely. Doesn't quite seem like that throttle's working right. Are we flooded, or are we not getting the fuel again now? Sorry about that, guys. Took a tumble, didn't ya? Looks like she might be a mosquito fogger. We'll give it a minute. Mama fell. It didn't seem to like that. That last part there, I don't know if it's rich or lean or what. This choke's got me a little concerned though. Okay. It's just weird because it doesn't, I think this is supposed to be separate. Because you do that, it sets the choke, brings it on full throttle. You do that, it puts it back to idle, and the choke's off. I think something's wonky there. I might have to do some checking into that. Definitely not right here. This linkage. Definitely not right. Half. Let's go 1.5 on that screw and see what it does. Huh. It just seems kind of weird to me. Can we do this? I don't know. I don't know. Seems like that should be able to be open. The choke shouldn't be shut like that all the time. It seems like a pretty weird deal. It does. Ah, maybe that's it. Maybe that's the key right there. I think we're flooding her out now. I'm gonna have to do some digging into this here, guys, and find out exactly how this is supposed to work and what's going on. So after a little more fiddling with it, I think I got it a little better. Smoke's starting to go away too. There it is out. Still don't understand this joke though. Still don't understand it. No, she's still smoking. I'd say that old Briggs in there is definitely warm. Definitely warm. Well, I'm going to shut it down and see what I can't do about this throttle cable here, and maybe we'll see if we can't get this thing on the ground and chill with it a little bit. Well, I think I figured out what's going on here with this choke issue. Anyways, so the bushing in there is just really, really worn out badly. Let's see if I can show you guys. So it's just, anyway. Just doesn't seem right to me. So I just, there we go. So I just kind of bypass that so it's open now. And it runs really, really well now. So let's put her back together and see if we can't do some tilling action. All right, well, we're over here right by my peach trees, and let's see what it'll do. Well, that's a step. She is a bit of a smoker, but she's still a usable piece. So, thank you guys for watching. Please like or subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day. God bless you.